Hi. Oh yeah.
All right.
Once in a blue
It's
moon, you actually play something good.
huh?
So once in a while, you play something good.
It's summertime, bro. Memorial Day has rocked in, and so I think summertime's here. I'm itching for summertime, and I'll tell you what. On the Jersey Shore, the hardcore detectorists were out because Memorial Day doesn't mean you're going to find anything because
Yeah. Memorial Day, most people are still wearing coats up there.
we had listen. Last Friday was a nice day. I went out on the beach. I detected what day we were in the pool one day. Was it Friday? Friday I came back. I was in the pool and it was beautiful. And Saturday sucked. Saturday was cold, gray, right, Ron?
Yes. Yep.
You guys
Freezing
had a
and
couple of
windy.
90-degree days up there, I guess, last
No,
week.
we didn't. No, that's what I'm trying to
Well,
tell you.
Elaine was posting Philly closed their schools for a day because it was so hot.
Maybe you don't know Elaine Fonts. You
Philadelphia
don't.
School District closed last Friday because it was
You don't.
94, and
No,
apparently
you
West
don't.
Philly School didn't
Maybe
have any air
Friday,
conditioning.
but listen, you don't know what year Elaine is ever living in.
Yeah, this was on the news.
It could have been 1962 for Elaine, for all we know.
It was 100 in D.C., it was 94 in Philly,
I love
and it
Elaine.
was 30 on the Jersey Shore. I get it. I know.
Listen, like I said, Friday was a great day, but Saturday the bottom fell out. It was gray and windy and cold. Therefore, on Sunday, Sunday wasn't such a bad day. But you know what? I didn't go on a beach because there was no one there Saturday.
I'm asking Elaine. I can't believe you.
Yeah, ask her when low tide is too. Okay, you two, because you two are on the same dementia level.
Listen, it's perfect here in Florida, especially on the Gulf. Not so much the East Coast, but you go, when's low tide? Yeah, it's low tide all the time. There's really never any tides. It's like a big lake.
You're just loving it down there in Florida.
I was in the water up to my chest today with the metal detector.
Can you show us that gold ring you got again?
Oh my! Wait a minute. Here it is. Listen, don't. Migdaloff's already been hitting me up wants to buy it.
You
I told
there?
him. Listen, I'm only
Show it to
the
him.
brand nothing less for opening bid's 1,000.
Listen, I don't know if I've gotten you beat, but this ring is actually brand new. It's tough to see, but it's got a little design in it, and it spins.
Ooh, a spinner.
But it's brand new. I mean, it's totally brand new, and I found it on the beach in Atlantic City, by the Elephant, and it says King Will in it. So King Will.
Ah, King Will. It's a king. King Will is almost as good as my XR.
XR. It's that stamp
I
that
thought I thought it said XG for extra gold, but no, it says XR for
Ronnie.
extra really special.
Ronnie, how you feeling tonight, buddy?
Good. A little tired. A little tired.
It was nice to have a week off, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is summertime. Yeah.
Well, it was Memorial Day weekend. Did you do anything?
Uh, no, actually, I worked. I reorganized all my shelving systems here. I had a lot.
People got to understand you, brother. We signed on the show tonight, and Ronnie's on the phone selling a detector or talking
Walking
talking
someone
business
through
to
one.
somebody. Yeah, I mean, like the guy don't stop.
Yeah, I enjoy
How
what
is
I do, man. I'm lucky.
business?
I'm fortunate.
Business is going well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really.
Good.
It's been sometimes we hit peaks and valleys, but it's been pretty much at the peak for the last couple of weeks, which I'm pretty
Yeah,
surprised
one,
because
one
usually
or
when we
two
go into
weeks.
Listen,
we
I'm
go
gonna
into the summer, it starts to dip a little bit, you know.
I'm gonna put you in the hot seat a bit. I don't know if I mentioned this, but it just came to my mind again, and I'm gonna repeat this. But I was telling Frank when I walked into digging detect. What man? This screen won't stay lit.
Digging it, detecting.
Digging it, detecting.
Okay, down there in Cocoa Beach.
Yes.
Ron, I didn't get in the door and I hear a guy go, Steve! And it was Jamil. And he came out all smiles, nice to see you. I'm trying to steal stuff. He's
Turned all the
catching me.
cameras on.
Yeah, you know. I saw him near the emergency button by the counter, you know, the one that calls the cops. And then his wife, Leilani, came in, and you know what? They are such nice people. Do business with them, Ron. They are hard. They are hard workers. I can see it in them. I can see that they really are putting they're both working in it together, putting their heart and soul in it. So they're great. So you know what?
Yeah, they're one of my accounts. We sell them a lot of detecting adventure stuff.
Right. Yeah. And I think they could use your support. Because
what we actually do when we come down to Florida, I think we told you this year, we ship the stuff down to them for them to sell. Whatever they sell. They send me back whatever the difference is, and I bill them accordingly.
Right.
But fortunately, the last couple of years, everything I sent them, they took it all. So
I just want to say they're great. Oh, and so I'm like looking in the store, and like they got the ugly box on the shelf. I don't know. Maybe they like selling the dumpy stuff, but the ugly box,
that's in the high end section.
That was not the high. That was the clearance section.
The
clearance section,
as seen on TV.
Yeah.
So Peel was.
They're hustling. They're hustling our product, man. They're hustling. Now, Frank, we spoke earlier last night. Things are going to be a little different tonight, buddy.
By the way, let me interrupt. I just about killed this, so there may be a couple meetings involved.
Did you say fill it or fill it? It looks like you're trying to fill it.
Yeah, I have to finish that, and then I'll put the same color stuff back in.
So last night I got egged into calling Josh Kimmel. And
you got egged. You got egged in my butt. You're like, oh, this is my opportunity.
They were telling me to call in. You're the one that just called in and cut in.
I don't remember it that way.
So I'm going to tell people how it really went. I'm going to tell you how it really went, folks. So I called into Josh. Now we were talking about machines, and we really think it's a great topic a little bit. And so then all of a sudden, Josh goes, "Oh, look, we have another caller," and all of a sudden it's Fathead. And Ron, he didn't stop.
Josh was sending me telepathic messages saying, please call.
No, it wasn't the fact that you called, it was the fact you wouldn't shut up.
Listen, I have a lot to offer.
So, well, tonight's a little different. But so they wanted to talk. Now, see, I don't think we should really put this topic out there. They had the topic of what they wanted to know what we thought were the best 5 machines out there. And
well, let's preface this, because one of the things that they find that's going on the internet is these so-called testers are putting out their top 5, top 10 metal detecting lists. Yeah. And people are going, I know that machine. It's a piece of crap. Why is it number 1? And that's how it got started. You got to realize that those are put out by people trying to sell stuff that they get cheap. It's not like Ronnie going, what's the best detector? I'm like, well, this is the best seller. This one does this. These are the machines that these guys can buy really, really cheap. Often they're crap, and they're trying to pawn them off as being the top 10 detectors.
Right. But besides those folks, you've got people that, and especially now we've got a bunch of machines out there, all different styles, all different prices, and people are not picking them out, but people are buying them and love it. Listen, the legend, you people will fight you over a legend now. And I said this about the Deus One. Those people that were using the Deus One back in the day, when the Deus One and the Nox came out, man, I thought there was going to be like a civil war. People,
the Deus One came out when the CTX came out.
But people do have what their number 1 machine is to them.
Yeah, and usually it's what they own, which is absolutely makes sense.
Correct. But the people like you, Ronnie tests all the machines. I am different. I really don't, and I've just breaking the barrier, and we'll probably talk about that a little bit. But I think the one thing that me and Frank and probably Ronnie's going to agree, I got it. If you had to pick the greatest machine of all time, and no lie, hands down, and I will fight over this, but hands down, I think we got to agree above all machines, the CTX is the epitome of all machines.
Out of every machine I've ever tested, every machine I've ever used, I worked my way up to the CTX, and that's kind of where I settled in. I mean, I just loved it. I had a machine out again today.
And Ronnie, what do you think?
Well, I'm thinking too. You got to remember, as time progresses, so does technology. So it's got to be like the E-Track, dynamite machine.
Yep,
dynamite machine. It lacked things like being waterproofed, but exactly. at that time, not many machines were waterproof. It just wasn't, So again, I love the Equinox. I really, really, really do. It has the 800, I should say, 6 and 800 has its problems with the leaking and stuff like that. But they just all keep getting better.
Ron, if they said you had to pick one metal detector to use for the rest of your life, would you really say you would take the Equinox?
No.
What would you choose?
Again, you say the rest of your life. What's around the corner?
Nothing. No, direct. You had to choose.
So right now, the way it sits,
3 weeks, whatever.
The next 3 weeks. It's not fair to say because I do not have a Manticore yet, believe it or not, because I sell them all. So I can't compare that. I can't.
All right, out of what you've used.
Out of what I used, I didn't have a lot of time on it, but I was impressed with the Deus. Extremely impressed.
The Deus 2?
The Deus 2, yes.
Yeah, I am.
Extremely.
I honestly would really, really. Unless the Deus does something different to me, but the CTX to me is all around great machine, dirt, beach, everything. You can just,
it just.
And we're going to talk about the Deus too.
Yeah, just too heavy for me. I'm sorry. I mean, it's a great machine for its day and everything, but I think it's had its day.
That also is what me and Frank were talking about. It's kind of
that's the thing that kind of got me going last night, guys. Are like up until 6 months ago, the CTX 3030 was on the top of most. I'm not gonna say everybody's list. And guys, the Deus fans, don't give me crap because I really don't care. I don't have any allegiance to any company. This is what works best for me.
Oh no, you don't. And I'm going to talk about the Deus. So trust me.
Okay, but on most lists, the CTX 3030 was the top of the list. And then a bunch of new machines come out. And then I look at these lists, and the CTX 3030 is now listed behind the Equinox 600. And I got news for you guys. Technology may be, when you say old technology, it doesn't mean obsolete technology. Things about machines like the CTX 3030. The CTX 3030 with the older processor and all the older stuff is still generations ahead of metal detecting because of 28 frequencies. The machine can still do things in the field that, I'm sorry, and I love the Manticore. And I told Steve and Ronnie, the Manticore is the one machine that might replace the CTX, but the CTX can still do
we're talking about right now. And we're gonna get into before. I just want to say something before we move into the new phases of machines, because back in the and what we're basically saying about the CTX 3030 is old faithful. It's been around a while, but it still proves itself. And it's still a great machine, and I even seen somebody post, "I'm going to have one of these one of these days."
Yeah. So, just because the Knox updated and different machines have updated their middle and top line machines, all of a sudden the CTX 3030 and machine, even the Deus 1, all of a sudden they're not. Oh, let's put them in the trash can now. I'll put
Well,
and there's things that Manticore does better. There's things that Days 2 may do a little better. I'll put the CTX 3030 against any machine out
and
there.
I also want to talk about another Old Faithful machine, and detectorists of old will definitely fight for the AT Pro.
I don't think there's any machine out there that has sold more overall in the past 10 years than the AT Pro.
Right. And people were lock, stock, and barrel on that AT Pro. It proved itself. It proved itself for a long time. And that's what I'm saying about the CTX. But now we have been, in the last couple years, we have been bombarded with new technology, new companies. Listen, Notka has broken out into the market to be one of the top contenders in metal detectors. And we're going to throw their name out there, and we'll throw their machines out there in a little bit. So then Minelab breaks barriers with the Equinox. Man, that thing came out, and I got to tell you, I think it's a great machine. And a lot of people are loving it. What else you got, Ron? You said you like the Nox too. Now there's like 12 different Equinoxes.
4.
So how does somebody decide what Nox is? I mean, come on now.
Well,
do you know 4 different ones?
I mean, again, talking from a point of view, from a business point of view, yeah, the price point is good on the 6800. They're great machines. But if I'm going to buy an Equinox, I'm going to buy a 7 or 9, because the 6 and 8s, I don't care how you cut it, they freaking leak.
You can say whatever you want, but you know what? And listen, I beat my detectors. I really do. I don't know where these people are getting all these leaks, la, 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 la. I had one that leaked, and I'm going to maybe put the blame on me more than the machine, but I had that my Equinoxes go in the water more than I do.
Well, one of our viewers, 3 of them leaked. 3 of them.
I know. I know.
That's you spend.
I don't know how that happens.
You're spending a lot of money.
I know. I don't know how that happens.
You can't say he broke all 3. He did something wrong on all 3. So
I'm on number 2. They both got beat up. Never an issue. Never.
So what is it about? Let me ask you a question. What is it about the 7 and 9 that they have changed to make it more waterproof than the last?
The only thing that I can see, it's got a more robust chassis.
And if you feel every place where water could potentially get in, you have that dark black plastic. If you feel the plastic today compared to the plastic of the original Equinox, it's softer. It's more pliable. And that's one of the things I was told, that they had changed that material, because apparently that material was cracking at year 3, year 4, and sometimes a lot earlier.
You know, Frank, I think you're going to agree. Would you say a lot of this problem could have been from maybe people keeping them in their cars in the hot weather?
Listen, here's the thing, and way back when, guys, I did a video on maintenance of the CTX 3030. And the one thing you guys got to remember, and it's surprising to me that none of the manufacturers ever talk about it, but these I know we talk about Lexan and we think of plexiglass windows, but most of these machines, these composite body machines today, are made of Lexan. And Lexan is listen, thick enough Lexan is bulletproof. One thing that Lexan doesn't like, it does not like it, is ammonia. And people go out and real easy grab that bottle of Windex and start spray down that machine and wipe it down, makes it nice and shiny, looks good. Every time you spray ammonia on your metal detector, it starts to break down the Lexan molecularly. We used to have, years ago, a paintball store. I used to have a indoor paintball arena, had a paintball store in Vineland, New Jersey. And we had to get certified by this company every year. And we had to have, 3/4 inch Lexan windows to see out of. And 3/4 inch Lexan window is like, I forget, it's like, like stop a 22 short bullet. We used to fire.
Pretty thick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really thick. And for 2, 3, 4 years, we cleaned them with Windex. So guy came up and he goes, you've been cleaning these windows with Windex? I said, yeah. Took a paintball gun, shot a paintball right through it. It will break down the Lexan. And the most sensitive parts are those parts that are securing the water from getting inside your metal detector.
Well, I'm also talking about
part of it. That can be part of it. The material you're cleaning it with.
So that makes sense. How many people are peeing in the ocean? And
exactly. Lots of ammonia. Don't swim around Steve.
Get your metal detector wet.
Don't be detecting the water around Steve, because you never know.
There goes your Lexan.
But another thing is salt. If you're in the beaches, salt water. Listen, guys. Bleach is a modified salt water. Salt water can be very harsh on this kind of stuff too. And if you're not rinsing it off, and it gets addressed in the sunlight for a long period of time, all these things are stuff that can break down slowly, not like instantaneously, but slowly can break down your Lexan and your composite plastics.
Okay, but what about the expansion and contraction on your seals?
Absolutely.
With the heat.
Yeah.
You know,
they're rated for a certain temperature. But
now I'm going to tell you this. I had left my Equinox in the car 24/7 for a year, and it's still waterproof.
I've never had a problem with my Equinox. I have the very first one that I 5 years ago. Right. It never leaked. So I mean, it's not.
Wait. How much? I'm not breaking your balls, but
how much submersive time have you had?
Yeah, how much have you really used that machine? Let's face it.
Well, in the day
work
when
a
I used to hunt a little more. I mean,
I know.
Would get out once a week or so.
And you used it, but not like there's guys out there every day with those things.
Yeah, I wish I had the time.
And just to play devil's advocate here, because I get asked all the time, "Oh, did they fix the leak problem? Did they fix the leak problem with the Manticore?" Here's the thing, guys. I had the Manticore submerged today, over an hour and a half, solid underwater. But the majority of the Equinoxes didn't leak. So a lot did, but majority of the complaints that I heard didn't leak till after warranty. So for me to say it's all fixed, I can't say that, because we're 6 months in on this machine.
Yeah,
but it didn't leak thus far. I mean, it was in. It was submerged the whole time today, and yeah, solid as a rock. But then again, so was my CTX.
Let's talk before we get to the dais. Notka comes out with the Legend. I'm using it. I'm starting to like it. I'm feeling it's a very competitive machine out there. We've got a cult group of Legend users that will kill you if you say anything bad. Right, Frank? I mean,
I didn't hear what you said. I was reading a chat. I was reading a very good chat. I thought you were just making a very profound statement, but I didn't hear it.
They're throwing out there the Notka Legend.
Yeah,
has really hit the market hit the ground running. A very competitive machine.
Yeah,
we're not hearing any leakages of them.
No. I mean, no. And the thing I like, and it's an odd way to get to this point, but the thing that I liked about Notka was they had, and I won't name the machines because some guys are still using them, but they had earlier machines that I did not like. And in fact, my first conversation with D-Lec was pretty much a shouting match about aspects of a machine that I didn't like. And she said, "I'm going to send you a new machine." And she sent me, I got the Simplex, and I loved it immediately. And everything that they have done since this Simplex has been nothing but improvement and improvement and improvement. The build quality has gotten tremendous. Listen, our buddy Brian Monroe was a CTX 3030 user, but to be fair, he's a beach hunter. And he has pretty much put the CTX in the closet, and he is all Legend all the time.
Right. And when I told D-Lec that, man, she was highly impressed. And you know what? It's not just the machine out there. Now, this machine and this company has attracted a lot of users.
Yeah, for sure.
And we don't want. I'm going to throw. throw every name out there I can think of, but they hired Mark Tyminski. Mark Tyminski.
Tyminski, yes.
They hired him. He's now part of Notka. I don't think that the first Notka machine, I don't know what came first, the Notka machine or Dwight Cologne.
Well,
because Dwight was before the first machine.
I think, but I'm saying like the chicken and the egg. Dwight was on board with Notka the minute they hit the ground. Who else we got in there? Besides Dilek and Barack, but from the U.S. Oh, you know who loves it is what's his name? Jason Bafusi.
Yes.
Who won't respond to my messages because I wanted to try and get him on the show. Okay, so Jason, if you're watching, you suck. He won't. The thing
with them is you can, and a lot of people that use other machines, and I get it, guys. If you own a CTX, if you own a Deus 2, if you own a Deus 1, you own a Garrett, they should be your favorite machine. That's the machine you paid for. That's the machine you use.
Yeah.
But a lot of people kind of blamed. I won't say blamed, but said that the reason that Notka became so popular was because they offered it at a cheap price, and that's partially true. You're going to attract people for the price point. However, if the machine doesn't work, they're not staying around, guys. I'm going to tell you straight up. The machines are awesome. The machines are top notch. Like I said, if all my machines fell off the back of my truck one day and the only thing I had was a Notka Legend, hey, I'm a happy camper because I know I can find stuff in the Notka Legend.
Well, their prices were lower, but their machine was quality.
That's the thing. And what's that say? What's that say when a company can build a quality machine at that price point? What's that say about everybody else building them at 3 times the price?
Don't confuse the low price with low quality.
That's the thing. That's the thing people have to get out of their head when it comes to Notka.
They were trying to get into the market, and maybe they were trying to make a point to say, hey, these machines don't have to be this expensive.
That's right.
And I think, listen, I see, a lot of people could talk to me about, hey, what machine should I get? Blah, blah, blah. And listen, I'm throwing the name Notka out there because they're good machines for people, not just for beginners, for advanced users, and for people to hold on to them after.
I got to tell you, Notka's price point hurt them, in my opinion, because too many people were out there going, well, if it's a $359 machine, how good could it be? If it's a $400 machine, how good could it be? I could buy this machine for $1,700. I could buy this machine for $2,400. And I got news for you. I put 1,000,000 hours in on that Legend when it came out, and the Simplex, but I'm going to go with the Multi. And there really isn't anything that a multi-frequency can do that Notka Legend can't do, and in some cases does it really, really, really well.
Right, and
it's a now my complaints about it. Okay, enough with the updates. I like the machine. I like the machine at 109. I liked it at 107. It had a couple glitches at version 109. That machine was perfect for me. But regardless, they're giving the people what they want, what they're asking for. And anybody that swings that machine, takes a couple hours to learn that machine and swings that machine and says, "Oh, this is a toy," you're full of crap, because that machine goes head to head with everything out there.
No, it's not. Yep. Now, let me just throw companies out there real quick, and I hate to do this, but well, we know White's went out of business, okay? And White's was a very competitive machine out there in its day.
White's was a freaking game changer for me.
And I guess they didn't make that break into the new technology, I guess. And we know, I guess the owner died and the business kind of went under, okay, which is a shame. We've got Garrett out there. What do we got with Garrett now? We got the AT Max out there, right?
You got the AT Pro, the AT Max, the Apex.
I mean, are they really making their mark in the metal detecting world?
Let's put it this way. I'm waiting with bated breath to see what comes out next. Those of you who have been in this hobby long enough know that as much as we talk about these new machines, the Legend, the Manticore, and all this, when the Ace 250 came out at $250, it was dynamite. The machine rocked the dirt. And I believe that they have that in there. Now, guys are out there using the Apex, and I get it. You know, if you like it, fantastic. The Apex fell way short for me. But
you've always said Garrett's a good quality machine.
Garrett is a rock solid company for building electronics. And I think I firmly believe in my heart that what they've got coming out next is going to be competing with everything else. I think they jumped into the multi-market a little too quick. I don't know. I mean, guys are finding stuff with the Apex. I can't deny that they're pulling targets to the Apex. But to put out an Apex in the fire and flames of this multi-frequency world we're in, yeah, that kind of hurt a little bit. Why would you do that?
This is what I'm kind of wondering, and I'm going to put this out there because I used the AT Pro a little bit and I was impressed.
Yeah, it's a good machine.
But I've never used Garrett. Sure, Tim and Ringy are good friends of mine, and they talk well about the Garretts. But it doesn't seem that they've stepped their game into the new technology.
But here's the thing, and I think that Apex was their first step into really doing it. Listen, in the old days, the Garretts that were out there, the GTIs, the Crossfire coils, those things they are still 15, 20-year-old machines. You take them out today to a seated hunt, they are still coin magnets.
Okay, but
I think they're working there. I think their misstep was putting out their multi before it was ready to be put out.
I'm thinking today's competitive world of metal detecting sales, if they don't get, I don't want to say get something out, I don't want to make it sound like they got to rush something, but if they don't keep with the market competitively, they're going to be way in the back of the pack.
But keep this in mind. The Apex, there's a whole series of multis out there, and I'm not putting anybody down. The multi-frequency package is a multi-frequency package. We call them 5-packs. They're packs of 5 frequencies that they use at any given time. The Apex is using that. Basically, everybody has their own tweaks on it. The Apex is using that. The software that surrounds it, the applications that surround it, they apply that 5-frequency package to different scenarios. That's where I think it was rushed. I don't think there's anything wrong with their multi-frequency technology. I think what was lacking a little bit was the software that went around it. And I think, and this is a guess, I know nothing, guys. I'm an idiot. I think the AT Apex or the AT version is what's coming next, and that's probably going to be a multi-submersible and probably improved packages.
I forgot to mention this, and Ronnie, you may be able to answer this question, but I understand, or is it true that Garrett is very popular in other countries?
They're big overseas, yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. And talking to Mark, Gary, talking to the guys from Garrett, they tell me that when those two guys go over there and do shows and stuff, they're getting swarmed with people.
Like stars.
So maybe in all reality, Garrett, we don't see what they're doing in the other countries.
Wow.
I just think you need to hear more about them.
If only they had something we could see over there, like a computer screen that we could see videos from overseas. They're doing. Well, they're not releasing it yet. And I got news for you. We did a poll here on our page not that long ago, a couple years ago. Just list what you use. What's your go-to machine? That's all it was. And the AT Pro counted everybody 2-1.
Right.
But that machine is out there in force.
But now with the new technology, that, like we're saying, this is kind of my whole concept here, is that and the CTX are kind of slowly drifting back.
Okay, but people have short memories. People have really short memories, because I got news for you.
As short as yours? As short as your memory?
And the hits can come, guys. Hit me with whatever you got. I really don't care. What I base my information on is what I see in the field. And all these cool new machines, with the exception maybe of the Manicore, I love the Manicore. I'm not 100% trusting of it yet. But they don't have the depth. And I know Steve's like, oh, who cares about going 24 inches? Because if you have the depth, if you're hitting targets at 2 feet deep, imagine what it's doing when you're seeing targets at 6 inches deep. 2 foot you're not going to find too many targets at 2 feet, not all the time. But the power, the frequency, the separation that it has to hit a target at 2 feet deep is what is needed to really hit and separate good targets shallower. And in a recent trip out, the trip that I found, the Real at 18 inches, the AT Pro hit it like a champ. And in fact, at 16, 17 inches, 10 feet away, hit a large scent. So the AT Pro, being a single frequency machine, a very basic machine where all of its power is going to its frequencies. If you're not in a situation where you have to have a multi, if you're not in a situation where you're in salt water, things like that, the AT Pro is going to hit stuff deep. It's going to hit stuff deeper than most of these new machines will.
All right, now's the time. I'm going to talk the D2. And you have heard me do nothing but talk highly of this machine. And yes, I use it for the beach only. But I also feel that there are people out there that can use this machine in the dirt and be deadly. I am very impressed by this machine. I don't even know that it's on the beach. I have never had a machine as quiet as the Deus on the beach. I swear to God, I think it's off sometimes. And then boom, you'll hit that target, it'll come right out. I can say that I believe, listen, I won't say anything unless I'm really certain, but it's hitting deep targets in the beach. Now, silent in the sand, silent in the wet sand. When you get in the water, you got a little bit of chatter. Little bit. Nothing that's going to hurt you. Targets are going to come out.
So the CTX, so does the Manicore. I mean, that's nature of the beast.
Right. But, you know, and like you said, I was never a big proponent of depth. No, I don't care about depth. It's not going to be that deep, you know, because I'm a beach hunter. Let's face it. It's only going to be so deep. But I am speculating that the accusations of this machine going deeper on the beach are true.
Okay, but I'm going to be devil's advocate here, and not just for the D2, but for the D2, for the Manicore, for the Legend, for the Apex, all of these multis. Okay, let's remember one thing, because guys are going on the beach, and I get it. I've seen Steve pull deep crap with that D2. There's no doubt in my mind that D2 goes deep on the beach. So does a Bounty Hunter Junior. Okay, sand on a beach is the perfect medium. There's nothing to restrict it. Every metal detector made in the dry is going to go the deepest it can possibly go on a dry sand.
I have no grounds to refute that. I have no grounds to argue with you about that. But
the point is not that it's a bad machine. The point is it's a different animal when you're taking it into the woods. So when you're taking
I'm going to bet you there's guys out there using it in the dirt that would say it goes just as deep in a way.
I can know firsthand. And I don't know if he's been on our show. I know you guys met with Tuffy.
Love that guy.
Love Tuffy.
He bought a D2 from me. Well, now he's back on the beach, but you know it's too hot and woods and the ticks and all that other crap down there. He's nailing it. He can't say enough about the machine and dirt.
However, the engineer, the designer, said that the biggest hurdle they have was getting it to go deep in the dirt.
Okay, say Tuffy's full of shit.
Nailing
I want to hear Frank say Tuffy's full of shit. And I'll call the guy.
No, I don't believe it at all. I don't believe that at all. I do believe that. Listen, there's any machine at any given time, given the right circumstances, the right target, are going to go deep. The problem is people want to throw the physics and the science out the window when you're dealing with certain voltages, when you're dealing with certain frequencies, and you're dealing with certain resistance in the soil. Not to say you're not going to find that 18-inch target once in a while, but the capability of these lower energy 5-frequency machines is going to be more limited in the dirt than they are on the beach. Why do you think every one of these multi-frequency companies their advertisement takes place on the beach?
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you with that because I believe you're probably correct.
No probably about it. I am. Always.
Come on, argue with them, will you?
So, and I know you've told me over and over that you like the CTX because there's 28 different frequencies, but you've got to kind of admit that the technology of the CTX, which is great, old, faithful, reliable, but the new technology of the multi-IQ or technology just like that is working. That's working. I don't know where they came up with it, but it really is probably working better than they may have suspected. And it really, it's making its mark in metal detecting.
But again, doing this for years and years and years, I've seen the same story with every generation of new metal detector. And I agree. Listen, there's no mistaking that the hours I put in with the Legend, the hours I put in with the Manticore, there's no mistaking that these things are finding stuff, and they're finding smaller stuff than the CTX can. The thing is that with the CTX, as limited as it is, it has a slower processor. The slower processor adds depth to the CTX. The 28 frequencies lets it see stuff that limited packages may not be able to see. Again, one of the complaints I had with the Manticore, I've been doing air testing. I know, guys, air tests suck, but air testing to get an idea of where different coins come in on this machine. And I've got coins. I've got a 1694 kg that this machine will not see unless I switch 3 different packages and I finally get to a package where it starts hitting. I don't have that problem with a machine like the CTX. I never had that problem with a machine like the MXT, which is only 3 frequencies on a rotating algorithm. The thing is that everything that they do better and better and better and faster and faster and faster, sometimes that old technology, that slower technology, sees things that stuff can't. I'm still top machine overall machine I have to use for the rest of my life. It's going to be the CTX because I can program that CTX and I never change it, whether I go into salt water, whether I go into the dirt, whether I go into mineralized soil, I don't change it.
Your opinion of the Manticore, okay? It seems like it changes. It seems like it's
the Manticore. My opinion of the Manticore is the same thing I said the night that we did the review. The Manticore has everything it needs to be the best machine on the market. They don't. All these features do not all work together.
Well, so what's it need?
It needs my opinion. It needs an update. And I got news for you: the guys that I talked around the country with, the guys that they're in a general agreement that if they change up this, there's no one general frequency package that works for everything. Like, I mean, their open screen program works great. I use it at the beach. It's all terrain program. I use it at the beach. I use it in the dirt. Finds lots of stuff. Misses this kg. Why? And yet, if I go to a different program, a different set of packages, it hits this kg.
Hey, Ron.
Yes.
Do you think we're going to see an update for the?
I would imagine we're going to at some point. I got dealers out in California talking, and they're saying it needs it. It really needs it.
And I don't think it's a major thing. I think they need to put together a frequency package similar, a more general, less specified frequency package And I think that's it. I think the machine rocks. I mean, listen, I pulled more targets off the beach today with the Manticore than I did with the CTX.
I've noticed your opinion coming out of the gate. You were like, I got to learn this machine.
All the parts are there. All the components are there to make it absolute best machine.
But wait, hear me out. You came out of the gate going, this isn't going to be easy.
No.
I got to learn more. Then you learned more and you were like, wow, this machine has opened my eyes. There's a lot to it. It's a great machine. And then all of a sudden you're starting to find these small, I'm going to call them small, intricate deficiencies, we'll say, in it. And you're kind of not rethinking your opinion, but you may not be as bold about it as you were.
I'm at as far as I can go, and that's not true. I mean, I'm still learning bits and pieces, and I'm running more open screens now with a little bit more of the Ferris limits and things along those lines, and I'm having a lot of success on the beach. But in my head, I know where this machine should be, and I shouldn't have to worry about blank spots. And again, this isn't just a Manticore, guys. I got news for you. We've had blank spots with the Nox. We've had blank spots with I've had blank spots with the CTX. It's a phenomenon on the ground, but it pulls away my 100% trust. I 100% trust my CTX because I've been using it for 10, 11 years. I want to trust this machine because I know these new machines, this new technology can surpass almost anything out there. And I'm not just talking the Manticore, the Legend, all of them can. But they have limitations that have to be addressed.
I got to interject real quick. I'm sorry to cut the subject. We're on a hot topic, but I see my friend Jason Bazzufi is in the chat. And yes, Jason, I did trash talk you. I praised you for the work you did with the Legend video. Great video. Loved it. It helped me with my Legend. But I did say I've been sending you messages and you have not been returning them. That's where I trash talk you. So you need to go into your little Facebook Messenger and say, hey, Steve, I got your message.
Jason, we don't answer Steve either. Don't worry about
it. So, no. I stand by what I say. I don't want him hearing, hearing it from others. I'm here to put it out there. So, Jason, contact me, buddy. Contact me. I just want to say hi. So maybe there is a need for the update in the Manticore. We saw that the Deus came out with an update. I didn't download it because I'm waiting. I'm hearing
good things about the update though.
I don't want. You know what? I don't want to chance it. I'm out there loving it. An update to me isn't always the butter on the bread. You know what I mean? The bread may not need butter.
No butter on bread. Come on, man.
What are you nuts? Well,
hey, I'm just going to throw
pizza with no pepperoni, man.
I'm going to throw a quick plug in. We have coming Mr. Clive Kleinig's new book on the Manticore. So we should be getting that any day now. We put the order in. I talked with Clive, and he's going to send them out. He was telling me he's not making them available to any dealer. He said he's limiting how many get out there. I don't know why, but anyway, we got some coming in. So of course, if Frank doesn't write a book in the next week or so, just give me a buzz.
Oh, I got 2 planned.
You know what? When new machines come out, I know Frank is interested in this topic. When the new machines come out, Frank is like books. When it's hot. When Andy Savage writes a book hot off the press, we
absolutely because I like how Andy explains them to me. I like Clive's books as well. I like how Andy explains them to me. Plus, Andy puts me in his books every now and then, so that helps too.
Does he put a picture in any of those books?
No, but he's got a picture of my Ugly Box, and he's got a picture of a board that he did with the Ugly Box.
Listen, we might want to stay on this topic with Clive getting his book out and look into it and kind of address it when it comes out, because that might help some people.
Yeah.
His book should help me on. I think I got his book on the equinox.
Yep.
I think I got the Safari book. I don't even have a Safari.
Yeah,
Clive really puts a lot of good books out. Like I said, I think if you ask me, the two of the top machine reviewers that write books.
We should reach out to them, see if we can get them on the
but
show.
Yeah, that ugly book isn't no shabby book either, by the way.
When the book comes out, let's reach out to him and see if he'll come on and give us. I'm
gonna give him a call tomorrow, and I'll see. Maybe we can get him to come on and talk about the book.
He's been, we did have him on before. I don't remember if you were on with us, but we had him on before about his books, and guy's pretty deep. The guy, I don't want to say pretty decent. I don't mean to put it that way. The guy's decent and really knows his shit.
Yeah.
I act like I know my shit. Frank don't know shit. I act like I know my shit. Ronnie knows what he's talking about. The one guy that knows what he's talking about is Ronnie, and we keep him squashed down.
That's all right.
we keep Ronnie suppressed.
I got to be careful. I got to be careful, especially when we're having a discussion like this with manufacturers and stuff.
I know that.
I support all the different manufacturers.
Correct.
So I have to be very.
And I will preface this. I will preface this by saying that I respect Ronnie. I respect his business. I put that thing down.
We were talking about books. It made me want to go grab some good literature.
You just went in the bathroom and got that, didn't you?
I think I'll read something good.
So, you know what? I had a good book around too, and I don't know what happened to it.
No,
it was the book that.
Book. I don't
listen,
want to do that.
I'll tell you something. I don't know if you guys looked at that book Robert Connect gave us, man, but that was a good one. And the one Mark Anthony.
One Mark gave us too, yeah.
But you guys got to realize one thing about me. My opinion is unpurchased. I don't. No one owns me. MindLab don't own me. Noka don't. No model that I am independent of everyone. But I do keep Ronnie in mind when I sit here and think that I want to go off about my personal opinions of this and that. And they are only my personal opinions. These are more like what we're talking about tonight is my metal detecting opinions, which any kind of criticism I'm giving in a machine is I'm hoping to be constructive.
Exactly.
And in the good for our members to say, hey, this machine may not be for you. This one may be. I'm not out here to trash any machine.
Listen,
I'm not out here.
I may be talking about shortcomings of the Manicore, but guess what I'm using every day? It's not that I don't think it's a good machine. I think it's a great machine. I'm talking about things I see that I think could be improved, that could be changed. Again, I said this on last night's show. If MindLab is listening, please key the bottom of your freaking shafts because I'm pulling them out of the bottom of the Manicore like I used to do with the GoFind. They need a keyway.
But you're out here giving your honest opinion.
Yeah.
In an attempt to help our viewers, we'll say make decisions, or how do I put it? An educated decision on whether they want to purchase this machine or not.
Absolutely.
So,
again, don't let anybody be kidding. Like I'm trash talking the Manicore. This is my 15th ring today.
We are not.
It wasn't gold, but it was my 15th ring.
We are not here to trash anyone, any company. It's an educational conversation we're having. Listen, we will have any company wants to come on our show, we will have them, and we will do an expose in a friend. We're not here to beat anybody up. We want to have these folks on our show and enjoy their company.
Frank, not to rub salt in the wound.
No.
But you only got 15 rings, and John Porcello has about over 240 rings with that.
Yeah, except for the fact that I've been in my dungeon for 6 weeks. I got 15 rings in 3 days.
I think you know what? I'm going to equate John Porcello and Frank as kind of like the Dallas Eagles rivalry.
Yes, I go out and I find treasure, and John stubs his toe on anchors.
John just counts. Are you saying his count could be wrong for the year?
Well, all I know is John finds a ring of keys and he counts them as rings. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not. You know what? I wanted to post one the other day.
I had to bring you in on this one, buddy.
I wanted to post.
John loves when we talk about him. He sits there and bites his nails.
I wanted to post that I found 3 rings FTD for the day, and then like I was going to tag John Porchella and John Migdaloff, because John Migdaloff he don't like that. I got to get him fired up. So all right, listen, we're rounding 9 o'clock. I think we beat this topic pretty well. Are we doing giveaways, gentlemen?
I have, and our good friend Dan and Daniel Lanyards, he gave us a couple of things to give away. So what we're going to do is we have since everybody's talking about popcorn yellow. I don't know if we can see. It's yellow. It's yellowish
candy
color.
Corn. When's he going to get it right?
Yeah, no, it's not orangey enough.
I need some orange.
But anyway, we're going to give a Dan's lanyard away, and we're going to put one of Dan's little
and we're going to give away 2. The first of our collection. Our buddy Robert Connect gave us a pile of bottles dug at the bottom of a river in the UK. They all date from the late 1800s to 1900, pretty much. And this
hold on a minute. We got to talk about this. We never really mentioned what went on.
Yeah.
So here we are at 2 of the most. Listen, I'm in love with those 2 people, man. They are awesome. We're at Robert and April Connect's house, okay? And Robert says to me, says to us, I'm sorry, not me. We were all there. I don't want to take any. Jesus God, my God. He goes, listen, I got this box of bottles that were dug in England. And he goes, I want to give them to Detect America for giveaways. We're like, okay, that's really nice of you. Well, it turns out the box is like huge.
About 100 bottles.
Huge.
And the newest bottle is about 1905.
But did you hold them up? Are you showing them?
This is just the one.
Okay, let me see.
It's the one I picked for tonight. This is an Essence of Coffee and Chicory bottle, 1880s, 1890s.
If I could have taken these bottles and ran off, I was like,
yeah. There are some gorgeous bottles.
We will be giving these away, obviously, from time to time. I don't know what we're going to do. There's so many of them, and it was just such a. Yeah. Listen, he could have sold those.
Yeah. And some of them had price tags. They were getting ready to be sold. And he said, I'm going to give them you guys.
And it was such a great gesture. And I am just like so impressed. And I was overwhelmed and I had to give them to Frank because I was flying back. And I know I ain't going to see a single bottle because Frank ain't sending me none.
I got them all. Well, I told you I'll take pictures. I got a couple bottles I'll give you.
When you see folks,
take one Yoo-hoo bottle.
When you start to see these bottles, you're going to appreciate these. So this bottle is a very nice gift. I can tell you that. So trust me, take my word for it.
There's some really beautiful. There's some of these Essence of Coffee bottles. They all date 1880s, 1890s.
And they're huge ones in there. You don't have the box near me, huh?
No, we all put them in drawers and we're picking them out. And I'm gonna pick some of the ones because they want you guys to pick a bottle or 2, and then me, I'm gonna pick about 40 for myself. And I already got my bottle picked out in the whole 3 and 9.
Yeah, don't forget they're from Cannon Beach Treasures. Okay,
in the whole 3 and 9 theme, I'm picking that. There's one it's a bottle for your dog. It's a dog.
Before I pick any names, I do want to tell you though that. My wife. All right, so my wife saw Shelly buy one from Robert Connect. Shelly got what's called a widow's mite. There's some type of religious story behind it. I don't want to get into it, but my wife wanted one. She says, "I want one. I want one." And Frank was nice enough to give her one, and she appreciated it. but I knew what she wanted. So when we went to see Robert and April, I'm like, can I have a widow's mite? And they went. He came out with like 3 of them, and he goes, pick which one you want. They were in little bezels. They're tiny little coins. If you want to know the story behind it, look up the widow's mite. I'm not sitting here.
It dates back to the time of Christ.
I'm not going to sit here and preach the word. What's that thing?
What?
The Bible?
It's in the Bible. I heard.
Oh, yeah, me too. So, but my wife, she loved it. She really did. She loved it. And I knew it was something she wanted. And it was nice of Robert and April to, to do that for us and their generosity. And we are going to have them back on the show.
Yeah.
I want to, and listen, we're getting pretty damn good viewership for June.
Yeah, seriously, I can remember Memorial Days with 2 people watching them, and one was me.
when you're broadcasting on June 5th and Jason Bazuffi comes on to watch your show.
Well, to be fair, Jason came on to see me, but
we're getting viewership. We're getting viewership.
That's splitting hairs.
Yeah, I wonder where the other 2 kids are. Where are they at? They're in hiding. We got to sneak them guys out one night too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's always good. But no, Robert and April Connect are amazing. So let's do the giveaway for the Dan's Lanyard. And Dan was looking at metal detector somebody the other day, and I said, hey, come down to Jersey.
I just want to say, Dan, from the last pinpointer I lost, I have never been without my pinpointer hooked to my Dan's Lanyard. As much as I don't like to be tethered, and I've said that for years, my aqua, I forget the name of the color, Mediterranean blue Dan's Lanyard has been hooked to my pinpointer. And I was walking down the beach in the water, and my pinpointer was floating behind me. It had come out of the holster. And Dan's Lanyard saved the day.
There you go, folks. Important tool right there. All right, so let's do a little shuffle. We're going to pick the name. Detect America rules apply. You have to be here. You have 1 minute to respond, and I'm not going into the rest of the stuff. And oh, no. Come on. No. I hate this guy, Michael Baumhoff.
And
he just posted.
He's here because he just posted something.
Yeah, he just posted. And you know what? My nemesis. That's the guy that likes to get out there and bust my stones in the chat, and I got to give him some. Him and Don Wendt. Both of them. Whenever there's been times I look at the chat and one of those guys says something that just stops me cold in my tracks.
He's there.
No, I know he's there.
All right, who we got?
Michael Baumhoff.
Baumhoff.
Bomhoff. Man, sometimes I hate my job.
Now I will open the bidding up for this ring. We're gonna start at 500 just to be fair.
Open up the auction.
Michael, make sure Michael sends me his address.
Mike PM Ronnie at the Gold Digger.
I got to tell you something. I don't like him, so I'm not reminding him of that.
Steve, can you handle this while I go take a meeting real quick?
Go take your meeting. Goodbye.
I'll be right back.
This is in the middle of the show.
I can't help it. I drank a gallon of stuff.
Listen, I can't win. I can't win, Ron. All right, so this is going to be for the bottle. And let me tell you something. You guys are going to be impressed with these. Remember that, Ron, when he handed them to us?
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. Here's a box.
I was trying to carry the box, and I was heavy.
So that's going to be great. They're nice giveaways. We give away, one every now and then. I think they're going to be great prizes.
I just want to say real quick, let's not forget. I got a name pick, but I just want to say let's not forget our friends Josh Kimmel and Chuck Smalley, Sunday night, Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on Beyond Sight and Sound, a metal detecting experience. Shelly and Dawn over at Can You Dig It? Let's not forget our friends Audra and my good friend Bobby Buddha. They're broadcasting on YouTube Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I watch some of Jason's YouTube videos. So if you ever want to go on and see some good videos, they're pretty good. And
they're very entertaining and very educational. So
really, listen, I just kind of kissed their ass a little bit. We don't have to go overboard. We don't have to go over. Nah, they got some nice. I like their videos, especially their hunting videos, and yeah, they do. He does a good job, but he's on YouTube, so that's where you got to check him out. So the winner of that bottle was Robert Dix, and Robert, you got 1 minute to answer up. And listen, you're not these bottles, man. Are I wanted to take half of them home, and you know.
No. Sorry, I'm sorry. Angelina Jolie wants to play me in the Ugly Book movie, but I told her no.
After the odor you just created in that office, you're going to try and tell me that Angelina Jolie is even there?
I'm famous. Everything smells like roses to me.
Oh, you're famous, all right. I bet the dogs were hiding when you got up. They thought they were going to be put on TV again. No, don't do that to us on TV again.
Yes, we're doing a 3 and 9 afternoon special with the dogs.
Dude, we're looking for Robert Dix. Now, was he the one that did? No.
Robert Dix was just on the chat. I saw him.
Well, I don't see him.
Robert Dix was detecting with me last week.
John Pacello wants to know if you watched it.
John, really? Do you really want to start with me, John?
I see Tom Davis is in the chat. He's awesome. I see Brandon's in our chat. Kowalski.
You try drinking one of these and then not have to take a few meetings.
All right, Robert Dix is there. And what would Monday night be without Michael Baumhoff and Don Wendt?
Exactly.
So Don Wendt, dude, I'm on this other page, right? And I see Don Wendt posting, "Oh, look, we all have to get along. Let's not have these let's chat peacefully." And I went on that page and I said, well, maybe these people should see what you do on my webpage.
Yeah, it's funny to see him being the peacemaker on.
He's over there going, let's chat peacefully on this page, or people are going to get thrown off, and then he comes over here and starts calling me fat.
I heard him goes, "Let's be nice and calm. What do you think this is, Detective America?"
Yeah, I know. Oh, look, he goes, "I help in that group, not mine." Well, this ain't your group either.
He helps.
I mean, target. Hello, I'm the target.
Personally, Don, I think everything you say about Steve is funny. I'm just saying.
Just because I wear a pizza hat. I love it. I love it. I love some of it. Listen, I'm telling you, I love it when I look over and laugh because.
Did you give away the bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Robert Dix.
You want to give away another one?
Do you want to give away? Yeah. I'll give away a bunch of them.
Wait, Ronnie's got coins.
What you got, Ron?
I got a large cent here. I guess I think it's an 1831.
I got to tell you something.
Pizza Hut. I like that, Matt.
Is it just me, or do you love the large cent? Is that not 34. The staple of coin detecting?
Beautiful coin.
Yeah.
34.
I'll find a large. All right, so we got a large cent going out the door. Why do I have a feeling? I just have a feeling. Let's see who it is. I hope not. Just as. Wait. Mario Ibarra.
Mario Ibarra.
How do you say that, Frank?
Ibarra or Ibarra? I don't know.
Mario. So Mario has 1 minute. And I see Kathy Kula Garcia is here. Yeah. I believe she's I believe we chatted on one of the pages. It might have been South Jersey Metal Detecting Club. Folks, the next Metal Detecting Club is the 13th, I think. Yeah, the 13th of June at 7 p.m.
Ibarra, yeah. That's how he spells it, Ibarra.
He's here. Mario's here. So, Mario, you're going to send Ronnie your information. Congratulations. And that's a great win. And now we want to do another bottle?
Yeah, let me go grab another bottle.
He's got to pee again?
I don't know. Did you ever watch Johnny Carson? Did you ever see Johnny Carson just get up and walk off the stage, Ron?
I think he had a bottle under his desk.
Well, I'm sure Ed McMahon did. Look at that. We got a lot.
I noticed in the chat, there was a lot of conversations about peeing tonight.
Listen, stop.
We're gonna do another coffee extract bottle. It's actually a different company.
What company is it?
This one is from.
What the hell's coffee extract? Do they make coffee out of it?
Coffee extract was a cooking ingredient. You would add it for flavoring and cooking and stuff.
Really?
These are all from like the 1880s, 1890s. This
Really?
is from W.P. Branson. Coffee
Oh,
extract.
I get it. There we go.
One
Another
is
pee
amber,
joke.
one is amber, and one is amber, one is green.
Hey, Ron, another pee joke.
Another pee joke.
Another pee joke.
I
All right, so
emptied it out before I brought it out.
let's pick a name. I swear to God, Don Went better not win. I swear to God. Oh, this person. Oh, he's gonna love it. This is something that this person's gonna like too. Patrick O. Masters.
Pat,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah, one of the greatest guys in the world. Patrick O. Masters has 1 minute. I don't think he's ever missed a prize that he's ever been called for. Maybe once.
Now, Frank guarantees that they're going to ship fast. However, there's
is
no
there somebody else named
guarantee
Frank here?
they're not going to be broken when you get them.
No, I can guarantee they won't be broken because I pack them nice.
So Patrick is here.
Speed's a different story.
Congratulations, Pat.
Now you got to send me the info. Who won the first one too?
Robert Dix.
Robert Dix won the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
I was busy in my meeting, so I didn't.
Oh my God. You know, we try and have a good, clean show about metal detecting, and there's always a certain point where it just goes.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, it just goes, and you can't bring it back. You can't reel it. There's no way of reeling it back in because then everybody gets going crazy. But listen, I mean, Frank, we got the viewership. We might want to try and get a guest on here and there. I mean,
I've got actually there's a guy, a buddy of mine in England.
Oh yeah,
who does rock and roll videos, and he and metal detects. I love his videos, and he said that he would stay up late one night and come on. So I'm going to reach out to him this week and see if we can't get him in.
And I'm actually in talks with a gentleman that this is a little different, and it might be a little off topic, but he actually might have some good information for us. He owns a pawn shop in Ohio, and he buys and sells and how do you put it? He does online sales of coins and silver and gold bullion.
Ask him what I can get for this. Never mind.
But I'm thinking of having him on the show just for a little bit of fun. And, it's a little, like I said, it's a little off topic, but we know. And then, we talked about maybe getting Clive Clinic, Robert and April.
Yeah. I think we got to check in with Andy too and see where his next adventure is lying. I mean, it's summertime, guys. So, if they're available, we'll get them. Remember, a lot of people are out digging.
Yeah, but people are out digging, but they're still watching the show too.
Absolutely.
So, and then a lot of people are busy, vacations and everything else.
It's odd starting the show and it's still light out.
Brandon, right. Brandon wants to do a gold show. What do you mean by doing a gold show?
Is that the show where you give me pieces of gold? I'm in, man. Let's go.
I'm always up for talking gold. If he's talking about prospecting and all, I mean, I think that's really good. Gold nuggets.
That'd be a good show.
Well, you have to mail me
the person that said that they could get good bucks for a bottle of pee, a bottle of celebrity pee.
Celebrity. How would you know it's a celebrity pee?
I think you're talking about mine.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell just wait?
I would seal the bottle and sign it.
Who just wrote that?
There you go. Number it too. Put a number on it.
Pat O. Masters. You know what, Frank? Guess what you're putting in that bottle?
Wait, Pat, I gotta find a cork that fits it.
This is what I mean. You can't get this show back. Once it's going, you can't get it back. But awesome, great show tonight. I mean, I think Talking machines.
Tune in next week when Frank gives away the Holy Grail filled with fresh lemonade.
I can't take it. I can't take it. Oh my God.
That would actually be a good show.
You didn't just see what someone
What?
That was funny. That was funny.
Wait, who wrote something?
I'm not repeating it. I'm not repeating. You got to see it.
How come I'm not seeing it?
I don't know, but that was funny. Oh my God. You know what? Sometimes just pull people out of the chat to go live for a few. We tried that. You'd be surprised what happens.
Well, it's been our experience that really, really funny people aren't necessarily that way when we go live, but it'd be worth a shot.
I remember when we first started doing this show, we took calls.
Yes.
And there was
that was a joy all in its own.
There was a guy from Florida every week that called us drunk.
Oh my God, yeah. Off his ass drunk.
Oh my God. That was funny.
Are you sure he was from Florida?
I think Frank he lives next to him.
He wants to move in here. No.
Oh my God. All right, so folks, Ronnie, why don't you get us out of here, my friend? You're the best.
Gosh. Well, folks, thanks again for watching. I guess again we went a little bit off kilter here.
So,
but
listen, we got a good 45 minutes of detecting talk in, brother.
We talked about a machine or two. Come on now, give me some kind of credit.
But like you said, when we go off the rails, we go off the rails. So, well, anyway, everybody, good night. Thanks for watching. Had a great time. Hope to see you out there on the beach.
Good night, man. You're the man.
Oh wait, I gotta take him out, don't I?
Good night, guys.
I'm gonna tell you something. You really, honestly, you don't get a better guy than Ronnie.
Man.
Love him to bits. We laugh, we joke. I love just ever since he joined his show. It's been awesome. So we like having him here.
I want to know what was said that I didn't see.
I'll tell you that off screen.
Was it from someone I know?
You know what? I now forget who wrote it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I know who. Oh my God, yeah, I do know who wrote it, and I'm surprised. Oh my God, that's classic. All right, so listen, folks, thanks again. You're the best. As long as I'm having fun, we're going to keep pumping this show out. And tonight I had fun.
And again, we went long, and we're cutting into Butch's show. I apologize to Butch.
Who's Butch? Butch don't care.
I know, but still.
Butch don't give a shit.
Go over and watch the rest of Butch's show, guys.
Butch Holcomb's awesome. That's one down to earth, awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
I love Butch.
I like
Relic Roundup on Spreaker. Go say hi to Butch.
I think
he's on Spreaker.
You know what? He is not about himself at all either, and then he really runs a very popular magazine.
Yeah, no, we love the magazine.
So, all right, so we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
With some, we don't know what we'll do next. What do we got? Neither one of us will have a gold find for next. Well,
I want to get a couple of these old lily pads that flop around my pool every morning. I can't get in. Get them on the show.
Oh my God.
They float like lily pads. All of their skin just floats out like lily pads.
Dude, Adonis, you are not.
In this park, I'm one of the closest things.
You're the hot commodity, huh? All right, sign us out, buddy. Get me out of here. I got some things to do.
All right. See you later.
There you go.